50 of us, and all of them are saying
Good morning, it's Tuesday, another edition of Ben Carlos Mandate, a program designated to bring to your doorstep the happenings in the green chambers of the Nigerian National Assembly and of course the activities of the member representing Bender Federal Constituency. It is Ben Carlos Mandate. Ben Carlos Mandate comes to you on 94.9 frequency modulated band and accessible on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Flow949FM. This morning, our regular guest, Representative Benjamin Kalu, a member of the House of Representatives in the 9th Nigerian National Assembly, representing Bender Federal Constituency, Abia State, joins virtually. He is currently the spokesperson of the House of Representatives and the Chairman House Committee in Media and Public Affairs. My name is Wisdom Thomas, and I'll be your host on Ben Carlos Mandate this morning. Good morning to you, Representative Benjamin Okeze Kalu. Good to hear from you. Abians are excited to hear from you once again.
Thank you very much, Wisdom. I'm also very excited to be here today to hear from the people of Bende and to also update my people of Bende Federal Constituency. I like the name of this program, Ben Carlos Mandate. Not a mandate bought with money, not a mandate that I inherited through my family, not a mandate that I acquired because I'm the tallest or the wisest, but the mandate that came from the people, the mandate that belongs to the people, the mandate that took 17 years to get. So I need to always use this mandate to update my people and to work for my people. I'm happy to be here, Abians and Bender people and citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as we have another set of interactive section that will help us understand more of the work we are doing for nation building, starting from the community, where we have the community spirit that places the community first before ourselves and our interests.
Interesting. You sound very excited and ready to go. Okay, a lot has happened in the past week, and of course, like you stated, Abians and people from Bender Federal Constituency are itching to hear from you. But then let's start from home quickly. Honorable, I would seek your indulgence to play back your statement on August 14th edition of Ben Carlos Mandate, where you talked about Biafra agitation and the trial of Nnamdi Kanu. May I go ahead?
Yes, go ahead.
House of Representatives, Honorable,
whether conditionally or unconditionally, Nnamdi Kanu will be out here to be monitored. You put your satellite on him, the people listening to him, and most of the agitation is because Nnamdi Kanu is still in jail. Keeping him in jail has not helped so much in the region. That is the truth. It has not helped so much in the region. Things are still, nobody has been able to provide a solution to the sit at home on Mondays. No governor has been able to provide a solution. Even the 5 governors come together, they've not been able to provide a solution. Which means that the solution is lying somewhere. And for me, I believe that the agitation to make the reconstruction of the southeastern states after the dilapidation that was as a result of the civil war, which is one of the reasons these people whom we cannot claim our brothers. I cannot deny IPOB and say they are not our brothers, and they are not our sisters, they are not our mothers, they are not our fathers, we don't know them, they're not, no. These are our brothers and our sisters and our children and our fathers and our mothers and our uncles and our aunties. To claim we don't know them is to live a lie. And to claim that they don't have any impact in the southeast region is to live in the fool's paradise. The question is, are we going to stay like this and for how long? Who is actually instrumental to making sure that this sit at home continues and our economy suffers? Remember, we are a self-help region. After the Civil War, we lost a lot of things. And to continue losing the number of days we're supposed to invest in, helping the economy of our place, making money to survive, it's like shooting ourselves on our own leg. It's like shooting ourselves. So, my own call to those who are agitating, it is your right to agitate, but we can do that without violence. Wasn't that the way Nnamdi Kalu started? He said no violence approach.
Well, Honorable, the court discharged Nnamdi Kanu last week, which many believed meant he was free to go home. Some say the federal government is up to something, given their body language, but some are rejoicing as this is a good thing. What is your reaction to this?
For me, it's a good thing. For me, the government is a listening government. It's an ongoing process. Some of us risk all and stood up to say it is important for this, our brother, to come back home. If he's home, it will benefit our region, and I will never shy away from it. And that's the truth. But as per the new way of pursuing this agitation, which has violent elements in it, I am not in for that. That is initial move of non-violence approach in whatever he was agitating was his full right. And if he comes out and sit at home, stop fully on Monday, people are able to monitor. People are using the name of IPOB to commit crime. And there is nobody that will tell you that these people are not IPOB or IPOB, and the government will believe. If Nnamdi Kanu is out and you do certain things, he will be called to question because these ones listen to him. And some of them will not be misbehaved when Nnamdi Kanu is out, because there will be no excuse for such misbehavior. And you'll be able to monitor them through Nnamdi Kanu. That's why some of us are saying, release him. Let him come back home and monitor his activities and make sure that no evidence, no violence, no criminal activities around the agitation and all the rest of them. And we will keep raising our voices for it. We will keep. We will not supporting violence. I will support the big country called Nigeria. I will not support splitting into groups. All I want is that the bigger we are, the better. But if there are reasons in what he's agitating for, like reconstruction of the region, like reintegration of the region, like doing something that will make people have more sense of belonging, that agitation can go on without any violence attached to it. So it is a good thing that the federal government, under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, they saw that there was no case for him to answer, and they said so. We should be happy about that. The next process, which is whether directly or indirectly, whether diplomatically or to grow, that is just my own interest.
The judiciary to look into that, the netful, which of course they have done so far by the ruling of last week, and the federal government are still saying it has a case to answer. It leaves us asking the question if we are close to having peace, and at all being an insider, what is the federal government thinking in that regard?
I can tell you we are close to having peace, and it is not politically motivated. I can tell you we are close to having peace. A lot of talks are going on. A lot of big players are doing some things under the carpet, under the curtain. A lot of us are speaking out. The arms of government are alive to it. So it's a step in the right direction. It's a progressive step. We are not going backward. We are going forward in this, getting him out. And by the grace of God, he's going to be out and we'll be able to move forward. So we should first celebrate the nation, the judiciary, for standing up to say, no, this gentleman has no case to answer on this. If there are other issues, that one, if it comes up also, we will look at it. But I don't think anybody should support somebody sitting somewhere and insisting that a particular individual, a citizen of the country, should be punished for what he's not supposed to be punished for. If there is any case for him to answer, he should answer it. But if there is no case for him to answer, he should be released to join his family, join his newborn baby, join the wife, and then join his community. I mean, a lot of people are looking up to him as a prince in that particular Asian kingdom, to reintegrate him into the society and also monitor the activities of the IPOB. I mean, I think that's a step in the right direction. We will keep talking. We will keep. They are listening. The security agencies are listening. Even this program, they are listening to this program. They are monitoring this program. It's their work to do so. And I can also tell you that they are number one also. I've had a meeting with the number one of the security agencies in Nigeria, the DSS. I've had a meeting with him. And also was arranging to even sit with Nnamdi Kalu before this court judgment came out. So we are doing something. That was why my people elected me. I don't have to come from Omaha to speak about Nnamdi Kalu. Like I said, they are our brothers and they are our sisters, you know. And where you're operating from now, I was living there before, the Flow FM, is his father's kingdom. So one thing or the other connects all of us. So I want to say, the mandate the people gave to me is not only for Ben. They will keep projecting what concern our people, Igbo people. We'll keep projecting what concern citizens of this country, and we'll keep making sure that unity, peace, and progress, which our forefathers actually went out to, when they wanted a nation to search for, we will get it in this our generation by the grace of God.
Undoubtedly, you've been evocative of this very issue. However, I know you've touched on it, but I think it's good you reiterate. Some persons were reacting in the wake of that court ruling, and they are saying the APC government are up to something, giving that ruling and all that. Do you agree with them, or you think they are playing to the gallery by making such assertions?
Like I said, it is nothing political. I think I've answered that question even before you asked it. There's nothing political to this.
Perhaps
APC government is
for
not
them
interested.
to listen and, of course, take something away from you this morning.
Yeah, there is nothing political to it. It's just that government has done what they're supposed to do. The judiciary, which is an arm of government, has done what they're supposed to do. Some of us who are in government, who are part of the caucus of the National Assembly, we are doing what we're supposed to do. We don't have to come and advertise it openly. But if you ask me a question openly about Nnamdi Kalu, I will not deny him as being my brother in Abia State. I will never deny him. But I'm not a member of IPOB. That does not mean that members of IPOB, they are not our brothers and our sisters. So we will project peace, unity, lack of violence, lack of criminality, and lack of call to say you are dividing the nation, because I believe in a bigger nation. So it has nothing to do with APC. So I don't want the political elements to be attached to this. We'll keep fighting for our brother to come out and rejoin the family. He has a role to play in the raising of his son. He has a role to play in the comfort of the wife. They need him. If it's not for any other reason, for sociological reasons, he needs to be there to put his family together and then also move forward. His life is not only about this agitation.
Interesting. It was very pertinent that you say that how it is. Let's leave the issue surrounding the IPOB leader now and go straight to your constituency. Since your resumption into office, project on to another. There in Bende, where you represent Bende Federal Constituency. Are there new projects you would like to let the people know about at this very moment?
That to represent their needs before the National Assembly. And I have fulfilled their mandate with regards to lawmaking, which is my core mandate. Also fulfill their mandate of, oversight function. But I just came in now from one oversight function from Lagos to do this program. I'm going back there again. And I've also given them visibility. Nobody will ask where is Bende Federal Constituency. If you talk about Bende, you talk about Ben Kalu. You talk about spokesperson of the house, you talk about Bende, you talk about Abia. When I stand up to introduce myself, Abia must be mentioned, Bende must be mentioned. So we have given them that. We are not sleeping parliamentarians. We are vocal. We are on the front row. We are not taking the back seat. But in the course of doing all that, the most important thing is to be able to know these people have needs when they voted you. There are expectations that they have. How are you managing the expectation? And if it comes by borehole, you do. If it comes by road, you do. But the danger of that is that while we are doing this, some people now believe that you're a governor. My powers and that of the governor can never be the same. And that is why I'm fighting for us to have a governor of our APC extraction. You see, my power and that of governor is not the same. And that is why, I cannot do everything that people want me to do, in as much as I have the passion, I have the desire to do it. But people should also know that I'm a legislator. I'm not executive. I don't have any particular vault of money that's sitting down somewhere that I must now decide where it goes. But through lobbying, through friendship, through projecting of our needs and legwork and all that, we'll be able to attract a lot for our people, and it is scattered the whole of the federal constituency. Those who have not gotten, definitely they are going to get. Those who have not gotten to the level they expected, bear with me. It's just 3 years. It's not 12 years. It's 3 years, and just 3 years. It's 36 months. 36 months or 40 months by now. All the things you are seeing
I achieved them within the space of 40 months. Not those who have been there for more than 120 months. So if you give me the opportunity to, stay longer, honestly, you will see it for yourself. This is just a sampling that I just did within these three years, and that is why, like I promised my people, we'll keep working to the last moment. We have a road coming up in Oko Kitten. They are just fine-tuning the last part of it, and they are going to start doing that road. And I'm sure that road, by November, they must have started it. And the one for Umuhu, the same thing. Before November, they will start it. The one for Uzuakole, before November, they will start that as well. As we speak now, we are building a civil center at Ugweke. It's ongoing as we speak now. As we speak now, we are doing a fencing of a secondary grammar school in Bende. Because we want to do open university. One of the conditions is that we must fence it. We have built a road, and we also fencing it now to make sure that the qualifications they want us to put in place, like the ICT center, like generator, all those things we have done that, preparing the place for an open university that will benefit the entire Bende. So any moment from now, as we speak now, street lights are going into community. We don't have streets. We are a rural area. So what you call street light, I call community light. Because I grew up in that village where we sit around when we see the moon in those days. I'm not, I know my people, I know the needs of my people. So in the various, communities, the village squares, I'm targeting them now. I'm not doing it in the, open spaces where people will clap hands for me. When you put it on the street, on the road where everybody passes, they say, this is Benjamin, his flag is there. That is not what I want. I want to put it for those people in the rural area who may not have the right, the time to even drive on the major roads, so that they can see light and know that they have a representative that came to drive darkness away. So we chose a lot of communities in Bende, and we are going around, and it is going. We are targeting them one after the other to make sure if it is 4, if it is 5, if it is 6, badge 1, badge 2. We have so many badges coming. So if you receive 4 now, it's not entering 4. If you receive 7, it's not ending at 7. Some have received 11, some have received 12. It has not ended. There are more coming. We'll keep doubling it. We don't want to just pack it and put one place. We want to distribute it as it comes equally. Another one comes, we distribute it equally. So that, not for people to clap hands for us. Oh, he put 20 here or he put 30 here and they are clapping hands. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in taking it to the people that need it. So that when they are coming back home at night, they will see light. When they are tired of sitting inside the house, they want to come out the darkness that is outside, so that you can see the door to your room. By the grace of God, we will also solve that one in your room. But I need more time in this office. And that is why I keep asking the people, please, as we come to beg you to vote us again, kindly vote us again. Makodem Mabende. More projects will accompany that. I was on the phone on Bridge. I will be here this weekend to look at it again. They are promising me before the end of November will be done. Mba, Akoli, Imeni, all that area, the roads, the bridges, I want to be done end of November. The rain has delayed us a bit, but end of November we're going to be done. And those are tools for campaigning for my party, APC. It was not done just for Benjamin Kalu. It's to campaign for everyone who is in APC, because it was APC government that approved this under President Buhari. So talking about projects, the solar mini grid, the distribution of the lights, approval have been gotten. It has been signed. They've started distributing. So very soon now, some houses will start getting light powered by solar energy. Isn't that wonderful? Just within these 3 years of coming into office. And also, I've been in touch with the immigration office, the head office of the immigration, and they are going to reactivate that property they built in Bende as their divisional office. They're going to equip it soon. And so I'm pushing it hard for that is what is holding me from going into campaign and going to the street. We still have jobs to be done. So my campaign may not be starting as early as people expect it to start, because we have an ongoing job that I want to push to a particular level. And some of the boreholes that have issues, we have sent our people to see a way of working with the community to reactivate them. The new borehole coming up in Item, where the contractor has come to meet with us, they are going to speed up job there. Ozitem, they're going to speed up job. I'm having a meeting with the stakeholders in the Niger Delta on more outstanding projects that are supposed to go through all the communities for us to see how we go about it. It's all about the people. It's not about Benjamin. So we'll keep working for them. Next question, please.
It's about the people. We have to keep working for them, and of course, politics is democracy is government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Let's talk a little bit about politics now. On your supporters, who are you rooting for in terms of your party from top to bottom? Because the people believe in your sense of acumen and sense of judgment and could likely to your direction in terms of who you think would, emerge or could lead or bring about the change across board from your party.
Yeah, I can assure you that I'm a party man. I'm a party man. Everybody who knows me in Abia State knows when I was in PDP, I was in PDP. I don't do PDP at night, and in the morning I do ABGA. I don't do that. And I stayed all through in my commitment and my loyalty to my party. And when I moved to PPA, I did not do PPA in the morning and PDP at night. People in PDP will tell you they never saw me, they never had any meeting with me, they never did anything with me. I was in PPA and I was in PPA for good. When I moved from PPA to APC, I am in APC for good. And I have a reason to back up APC candidates because what is happening in Bende is unprecedented. It has never happened before. Let's tell ourselves the truth. It's not about the party. Everybody is talking about party. But for me, we need to say thank you to the people who have actually honored you. PDP has been here for donkey years. They didn't do much in Bende. And now APC came and we have done a lot in Bende. A lot. And the fact speaks for itself. In law we say reps ipsa loquito. The facts, the matter speaks for itself. You don't need to paint it. You don't need to put any blanket. The president of the country showed special interest in me and my people, Bende people. The hierarchy in the presidency shows special interest in me, the work I'm doing for the party and my people. The leadership of the House of the National Assembly, from the Senate President to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, showed interest in what I'm doing for them and what and showed interest in my people. And they have allowed projects to come in to recognize these people who voted for me. Are you not saying? Isn't it unfair for us not to say thank you for all they have done for Bende people? Whether it is thank you in the presidency, thank you in the governorship position, thank you in the senatorial position, thank you in the House of Rep, thank you in the House of Assembly. If we fail to do that, we are most ungrateful people. But then the people are known as people who are grateful people. We are not ungrateful people. We know how to say thank you to people when you are good to us. So Bende is going to say thank you under my leadership, under my support base, under my movement, Benjamin Kalu movement. We are going to say thank you to APC. In the position of the presidency, in the governorship election, we're going to say thank you to APC. In the Senate, and another thing is that most of these people who are running for this have a special relationship with some of them. When it comes to the presidential candidate, this man assisted me without meeting me for once. I share, you must have seen my pictures with him, I share a special bond with him. Ashwaju. And he's a party candidate. And when he was helping me, he was not a party candidate. When it comes to High Chief Emenike made it possible for us to have a hitch-free primaries. Take my words to the bank. The money we spent in our previous primaries, we did not spend it in these primaries when the party structure was under his leadership. The deceit that we experienced, the betrayal that we experienced, I didn't experience it under High Chief Emenike's leadership when he handled this primary. I must say it too, and I want everybody to hear it. And that's the truth. The stress that we went through when we were trying to get ticket the last time was not the stress. Do you know my result after my primary? My result disappeared in Abuja, and it was being looked for in APC. In the whole state, their result was in the same Benjamin Kalu's result disappeared. Do you know where we finally found that result? Under God, was under debate. But during the time of his leadership of the structure, my result went from the field straight to Abuja. I got my certificate. No, he did not request any kobo from me. He did not ask me to enter into any obligation with him. No commitment, no nothing. So such honesty should be rewarded. This is the truth. He may not be the best man to hug you and shake hands with you or give you a high five, but
honesty and integrity is what I've been lacking in the political space. If there is anything Ikechemerike is bringing on board, call him any name you want to call him, is that his word in the morning is his word at night. Is his word the following morning. So he's a dependable person who has shown us, all of us who ran for these primaries, all from the top to bottom, received a support that was less expensive, less, rancorous, and less of acrimony. And he tried to make sure that those who were either stepping down or asked not to run, that people were. So why wouldn't we support him, especially when I know by electing the next governorship candidate of APC to be governor of Abia State will reduce the burden on my shoulder. Do you know how many people who call me in a day? Because we don't have commissioners, we don't have appointees in government. We need to put our own man in that place so that we can reduce the burden on us. If not so, if I win alone and I don't have a governor in that state, the burden on me is still going to increase. It's going to double. So all of us are running around to make sure that we produce a governor that will reduce the burden on our shoulder. Are you talking about Dr. Kalu? It's a given, because the work he has done speaks for itself. It's everywhere. I mean, he doesn't need poster. You can call him anything you want to call him. You can describe him anyhow you want to describe him. All you will not take away from him is that he has worked for the people of Abia North. And I mean, I share a personal relationship with him outside being politics. We're going to support him. As simple as that. Okay. And then come to me. I will support myself. Now I'm the candidate. I'm the one. I'm supporting. I'll give the vote to myself. I will not give it to an opposition. And then he come to House of Assembly. I am supporting fully Chijoke Chuku, the current minority leader in the House. I'm supporting him fully. Some people have already started giving me threats that if I support Chijoke Chuku, they are going to campaign for this party or that party. And I said, you are free to do that. In integrity, there are prices you pay. I can tell you that Chijoke Chuku is my candidate for Bende North, and then Owa is my candidate for Bende South. They're going to roll it. APC from top to bottom, because then they need to say thank you to APC for the billions of investment they have made in Bende. If you want to decide otherwise, I leave it to your conscience.
Okay.
Next question, please.
Let's go to the issue of ASU's strike, which has lingered from the 14th of February. I mean, 7-8 months now. It seems as though there is respite in that regard. In the past 2 weeks, the House, led by the Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila, have made intensified efforts to see that the prolonged strike by ASU is called off, and it seems progress has been made. Has the issues been completely resolved, or will this celebration be short-lived, Honorable?
I want to thank ASU for understanding. I was in the room in one of the negotiations, and I saw how emotional they were and ASU making their request. I saw how their leader really was fighting for them. I also saw the diplomatic approach with which, and the skill of negotiation and arbitration, or whatever you may call it, that the speaker applied in making sure that what was difficult to be resolved by the executive, that through legislative intervention and what we call legislative diplomacy, that the speaker was able to crack it. I'm so proud of my speaker. That is the truth. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of his wisdom. I'm so proud of his maturity in leadership. I'm so proud of his human faith in leadership. He was sleepless. He came back and started fighting for ASU and fought for ASU until the president listened to him. And it is showing in the budget. The allocation that is made in the budget now, is because of this negotiation, the way it went. And I can assure you that if that fight was not taken to the level that Mr. Speaker took it, maybe this budget would have come and passed, and Mr. President would have gone home without solving this problem. And he's going home in a few months' time. But because we are not a self-centered parliament, we fought for these people, knowing fully well that the teachers ought to be celebrated. Just like we celebrated them on the Teachers' Day, and everything we said that day, we meant every one of them. I can assure you that it won't be short-lived. Whatever president, the executive have committed themselves, we will be on them to make sure that they fulfill it. I want to encourage every member of us to toe the path of this peaceful way of progressing, not to heat up the space again and see if there is any rancor. Let us work towards, let them set up a committee that will always liaise with the House and the Executive, a tripartite committee that will help us to, push for the implementation of all they have agreed in doing that. Not through a militant approach or activist approach. That is not how to solve this problem. Diplomacy, before you know it, we'll get it out. And I'm happy that the students will go back. Some of my family members and lecturers, and I'm happy they are going back to school now.
Well, if you're just joining us, it is still Ben Kalu's mandate here on Flow 94.9 FM, the Flow of Godson State. This morning we've been speaking to our regular guest, Honorable Representative of the Bender Federal Constituency, Ben Kalu's mandate. We're going on a very short break at this very moment when we make a return. More questions, to the ever ready to answer representative of the Bender Federal Constituency, Representative Benjamin Okezie Kalu. Just stay with us. When we make a return, we will jump at it and ensure that he provides solutions and answers to those questions.
From the hallowed chambers, his voice resonates crystal clear. And Kalu's mandate, chains of quality representation.
Is Benjamin Okezie Kalu, representing the good people of Bender Federal Constituency. I am from Abia State. Arise.
From the hallowed chambers, his voice resonates crystal clear.
You say you shared money recently, and I represent the constituency, and there are 360 of us, and all of them are saying we are not feeling the impact.
He is the unmistaken voice of Undi Bender and the image maker of the House of Representatives.
Swept away houses and roads in communities like Mpa, Unimenyi, Ozita, and Bende. Mr. Speaker,
he's a committed, courageous, articulate, and deeply impassioned lawmaker with the plight of his constituents.
Joining me now on the political segment is Honorable Benjamin Kalu, who's a spokesman of the House of Representatives.
And Kalu's mandate gives you first-hand information on the activities of the member representing the good people of Bender Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, as well as his position on national issues. And Kalu's mandate airs on Flow 94.9 FM and ABN Online Radio every Tuesday by 10:30 a.m. And Kalu's mandate, chains of quality representation.
I told you it's going to be a short one. We are back. It is still Ben Kalu's mandate on Flow 94.9 FM, the Flow of Godson State. It is this a very platform that we get to interact, and of course the good people of Bender Federal Constituency would have an ample opportunity to interact and interface with their representative, talking about Representative Benjamin Okezie Kalu at the 9th Nigerian National Assembly, giving us answers to key issues bothering on the state, the people from his constituency, and of course Nigerians at large. And we were talking about the ASU strike before that point. Honorable, thank you for staying with us.
Thank you very much, Wisdom. I'm happy to be here still.
Oh yeah.
I want to hear the voice of my people.
Okay, so some believe, still on the ASU strike, some believe it may have been piece of the graveyard. By this I mean lecturers seemingly humiliated and forced back to school through the court. Do you think they would be in the best frame of mind to give their best, given the fact that they are now being told to go back to classroom?
No, you cannot call it piece of the graveyard. Yeah, because if you do that, you're casting aspersion on the intellectual capacity of the negotiators who were in that room, especially the lecturers who are eggheads. These ones they knew what they wanted, and they went for it, and they were resolute about it, and they got it. To a reasonable extent, they got it. So it's not a big. If they didn't, if they are not convinced that was exactly what they are looking for, or close to what they are looking for, the strike will be on by now. They were not coerced. They were not coerced at all.
Okay.
So that is it.
Now, during the intervention, some recommendations were made by the Speaker and deliberated by the NEC on the contending issues that caused that very strike. Should we be confident now that the House will ensure that these recommendations will be rightly executed, and that is just about to ensure that the students and the lecturers will not go back to class again?
Yeah, no, I've answered this question before. I said they should form a tripartite committee that will include members of House of Representatives, and also members of the executive for the implementation aspect of that particular resolution. And that their job will be to lobby and push for the implementation, follow through, dedicated to it, to make sure that implementation is done. Not to go and start, strike is not the only way to resolve issues. That should be the extreme. So before you get to that point, there are certain steps that they need to take. Let them activate the implementation committee. That will be a tripartite committee that will involve members of the legislature, members of the executive and themselves, and let them rub minds together from time to time, periodically appraise what has been achieved, what needs to be done going forward, their roadmap towards the full implementation of what they have desired. If they put that in place, I can assure you that they will not miss anything from all the agreement that was made. But if they go back to, and relax and waiting for when they are going to strike again with another strike, people will not take them seriously. They should apply their intellectual power now by pushing for the implementation through a strategic, discussions and sections with those who are meant to get that achieved. While we monitor the executive on the implementation of that resolutions that we are part of as the legislative arm. So,
okay.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about teachers. Let me use this opportunity to celebrate a great man who was also a teacher, a man who is from my constituency. I want to pause now to celebrate Elder Honorable E.E. Ukebu, one of the greatest statesmen in Bende, who turned 93 years just a day or two ago. He was one of the first parliamentarians, if not the first parliamentarian out of Bende in the Eastern Assembly. He has been a teacher who taught both in the old Imo and also the current Afipo that is under Ebonyi State, in the old Imo State. He has been a lawyer, a man who has also been a community builder, a man who has been as well a religious leader, one of the foremost pillars of Presbyterian Church in Nigeria. I'm talking about Elder E.E. Ukebu, that God has blessed us with and has been there guiding us. So when we talk about parliamentarian work, when we talk about legislative work, we are not the first to shine the light on Bende. We have elders who have walked that path, and we are only carrying on with their baton. He happened to be one of those that we are carrying his baton. He was one of those who projected the name of Bende nationally when he was in the parliament, and I want to celebrate him. Happy birthday, sir. You are our father, and we celebrate you wherever you are. If you are listening to this program, you are giving birth to sons who are trying to be like you, and it's good that we celebrate you now that you are alive. So this is happy birthday to you. I also want to use this opportunity to celebrate another Iberi son that is making us proud in the judiciary. That is Godi Uche, SAN. Today is his birthday. Bende is proud of you. You are one of our best exports to the nation, and you are doing us proud with the work you are doing legal practice. We are so proud of you. Let me celebrate also my DG, who also had a new day added to him yesterday. My Director General, very reliable, very dependable brother of mine, friend of mine, that is so dedicated to work, decent gentleman. We celebrate you and we ask God to give you more life and prosper you more. His name is Honorable Emmanuel, that all of us call Trump AK, but not the Donald Trump that you know in America. It's our own Bende Trump. So we celebrate you, DG, and a whole lot of other people who are from Bende who have played one role or the other. And today also is the governor's birthday. At the risk of being tagged name, I want to say that the governor is not running for opposition again. He's not running for third time, and he's my in-law. And today is his birthday. I always have been congratulating him on his birthday, and today will not be different. I want to say congratulations to you, Your Excellency, the Governor of Abia State. God has achieved a lot through you within this number of years, and I pray that God will give you longer life as you pursue your career in the Senate. God bless you. Yeah, back to what we are saying. Asu, I don't know if you have any other question on that.
Yeah. Interesting conversation we've had this morning. Ben Kalu's mandate, and of course the voice you've been hearing is that of the representative of Bende Federal Constituency at the 9th Nigerian National Assembly. I'm talking about Representative Benjamin Okezie Kalu. Thank you for coming on. Ben Kalu's mandate this Tuesday morning. I mean, out of your busy schedule, decided to talk to your people.
Thank you very much for having me, and Ben, the people, always a delight to share a moment with you. I look forward to the next Tuesday. Maybe if I'm around, I'll be in the station live so that we can engage more, and we'll give 30 good minutes for your questions. So if you have your question, keep them ready. By next week Tuesday, I'm going to be live in the studio by the grace of God, if God permit and if my work permit, and we'll have a more engagement and robust section with you. It's always a pleasure to be here, and I wish you all the best. Remember, peace is the only thing that will help us progress as a nation. Make sure you stand on the path of peace. Unity, because we are one. Without each other, we will not be whole. We need everyone to make our whole. Thank you very much, and God bless all of you. Bye-bye.
Thank you once again, and thank you, our dear listeners who engaged us via the phone lines, those who dropped their comments on Facebook. Phone lines still buzzing, like he said. This will definitely make a return come Tuesday, same time, same station. But until we meet you again, God bless you, and continue to listen to Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state. My name is Wisdom Thomas. Bye-bye for now.
Is Benjamin Okezie Kalu, representing the good people of Bende Federal Constituency. I am from Abia State. Arise.
From the hallowed chambers, his voice resonates crystal clear.
You say you shared money recently, and I represent the constituency, and there are 360 of us, and all of them are saying we are not feeling the impact.
He's the unmistaken voice of Undi Bende and the image maker of the House of Representatives.
Swept away houses and roads in communities like Mpa, Unimenyi, Ozita, and Bende. Mr. Speaker,
he's a committed, courageous, articulate, and deeply impassioned lawmaker with the plight of his constituents.
Joining me now on the political segment is Honorable Benjamin Kalu, who's the spokesman of the House of Representatives.
And Kalu's mandate gives you first-hand information on the activities of the member representing the good people of Bende Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, as well as his position on national issues. And Kalu's mandate airs on Flow 94.9 FM and ABN Online Radio every Tuesday by 10:30 a.m. And Kalu's mandate, change of quality representation.